Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Canadian Football Central, CFL content for the fans, by the fans. And we got another video coming up as Winnipeg Blue Bombers kicker Sergio Castillo is going to be sticking around with the Bombers as he signs a 2-year extension with Winnipeg. The Texas native went to school at West Texas A&M. He's 35 years old in the CFM, but is still doing some of the best kicking in his career. And if we just kind of look at him these past few years, it's interesting because Sergio Castillo, his best year was probably, like, if you look at him from a percentage standpoint, it was 2023. Either that or his time in BC back in 2019, where he was just slightly higher at 91%. But his time in Winnipeg, the thing that has made him such a key kicker, and this is why I think Sergio Castillo is going to get some real... I think there are going to be some kickers that are going to be hurt by the uprights eventually moving to the end of the back of the end zone. Specifically kickers that are kind of less depth kickers and more kind of percentage kickers. I think Sergio Castillo is going to adjust to it very well because he's a guy that can kick that deep ball. If we're looking at him, 60-yard field goal in 2024, 63 yards in 2025, tied for a CFL record. And so he's one hell of a kicker, and he's going to be sticking around in Winnipeg. And so he signs on a 2-year deal. He went 48 for 56. And if we look even at those attempts just last year, he'd went 6 for 6, 0 through 20, 0 through 19. He went 10 for 10, 20 through 29. He had went 15 for 15, 30 through 39. He went 11 through 14 for 40 through 49, so only 3 missed field goals from that range. And then when it came to 50 plus, he went 6 for 11. So it was one of those things where the Bombers were willing to start going for some kicks with no guarantees, because it was one of those things where with some guys 50 plus, that chance is low. You know what I mean? But he was over 50% from a far distance, a very far distance. Unfortunately, he did miss 3 extra points this last year, so maybe he wants to get that up a little bit, but it is what it is. It happens, and it's only 1 point, so I wouldn't kind of hang your head too much on that. But he had it's interesting because, like, if you look at his career, he played Div 2 college, West Texas A&M, goes up to Atlanta, and then with Atlanta, doesn't end up playing any games, probably mostly on the practice roster, goes to the Red Blacks, plays there for a little bit, in Hamilton for 1 year, with the Lions 1 year, goes to the XFL, plays for the Houston Roughnecks, does decent there in the 5 games that he plays, doesn't really play too much, but it's enough to actually get him onto the New York Jets, where he played 6 games there, never started. However, he did make 8 field goals there. He was 1 for 2 from 20 through 29, 3 for 4 of 30 through 39, and 2 for 5, 40 through 49, and he was 2 for 2 in 50-plus yard field goals with the New York Jets, but found his way back to the CFL, went to Winnipeg, back to Edmonton, and has been with the Bombers ever since. And this is a guy that I was happy when he came back to Winnipeg after his stint in Edmonton. I'm not gonna lie, it kind of sucked when we lost him to Edmonton, as Winnipeg went through a bit of an identity crisis in terms of their kickers. We tried just about everyone. I feel bad. We tried Ali Mortada, basically everyone, and now that's a name where Rick's like, who the hell is that? Yeah. So what do you think about this, Rick? Sergio Castillo sticking around in Winnipeg.
Wasn't that whatchamacallit? Wasn't that because every time he goes on the field, you're like, oh, he'll make this kick. Oh, don't have to worry about him missing. He'll make it, don't you worry. And the next note Carter's like, yeah, see, I told you he would make the kick. From 6 years, that's my boy.
I have a lot of faith in Sergio Castillo. And the other thing I will say is I really like Sergio Castillo. He's a really nice guy. And we had him on the show. He was a great interview. You guys should check that out if you guys haven't. And it's also nice. I've seen him numerous times, even just around the city, specifically even just at Gold Eyes games. I know he likes going there. And he does a lot of his photography. He does it with the Jets, does it with the Gold Eyes, I don't know. He's blended very well into Winnipeg. I think he generally likes the city, and the city likes him. We are all fans of Sergio Castillo and couldn't be happier to see him stick around. Is there anything else you got there, Rick?
No,
Because
sir.
that's pretty much all I got. Thank you guys so much for tuning into this video. Make sure you guys leave a like, share it around, and subscribe if you haven't already. Also, if you guys haven't, make sure you guys join our Discord. Link in the description below to our Discord where we discuss all things CFL related, all sorts of other stuff. Make sure you guys check it out. And Rick, before we get going, you had something you wanted to chat about?
Yes, February 10th, we will be doing our lovely um, CFL Frenzy coverage, so don't forget to come and join us on that day and check out other CFL news that could be happening for your team or another team.
Man, Rick, it is late that we are recording this, and I can tell it's starting to hit you. We'll see you
But
guys
man,
next.
what's another few more hours?
We'll see you guys next time.